So Star Trek isn't the only franchise that has fans excited for this fall. I'm talking, of course, about Star Wars. Yeah! So Star Wars: The Last Jedi premieres in theaters on December 15th. And that's not going to come soon enough. But for now, we're going to have to satisfy ourselves with the trailer.
Just breathe. Now, reach out. What do you see? Light. Darkness. A balance. It's so much bigger. I only know one truth. Jedi to end.
Woo! You guys, see, here's the thing. I just don't think I would make a very good Jedi because I have no patience. I want my Star Wars now. But if we are going to talk about Star Wars, it really would not be fair to not include our Nerd Alert reporter, Ian Nelson, who happens to be one of the biggest Star Wars fans I know. Ian, get out here.
All too nice. Okay.
Well, look, we got a lot of Star Wars fans here, but I think you're probably the biggest.
Yeah,
so.
Literally and you know, metaphorically. But okay, I love. Okay, so I'm so excited about these new Star Wars. Man, they've recaptured my love of Star Wars. Personally, for The Last Jedi, I cannot wait to see like where these characters are going. There's so much we don't know about Finn, Rey, everybody. That I just I'm really interested in seeing like what their motivations are, who's falling to the dark side, who's getting called to the light. You know, they already kind of touched on it with The Force Awakens, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Star Wars.
Who do you think The Force Awakens actually refers to?
Well, I think so I've watched The Force Awakens like I don't know 40-ish times.
See,
and
told ya.
I'm gonna tell you, without a doubt, that The Force Awakens refers to the Force Awakening in Finn. Snoke says the Force has awakened way before you see Rey use any kind of Force, so I cannot wait to see how that character evolves specifically. And it brings so much to like the lineage of these characters too. Like we don't know where any of these characters really came from. We just know that, you know, like Rey is from the desert. I want to figure out all of the connections to the old Star Wars that I love so much. You know, 4, 5, and 6, not 1, 2, and 3, but
Hey. Yeah.
I still like Jar Jar.
So that brings up a really interesting question. I'd love to get.
Who do you think? Yeah, who do you think is the, like, Rey's parents, for instance? Like, where I think. Okay, here's what I got. I think Rey is a Palpatine. I think Finn might be related to Mace Windu, and I think. Well, I mean, we know who Kylo is.
We know. What about the rest of you? Let's focus on Rey. Who do we think are Rey's parents?
Guys, I think that Rey's parents are, well, I think she's in the Kenobi family. I think that Obi-Wan, possibly, that's a theory, because think about it. Okay, let's go with, and I know this is what stumps everyone, accents, guys. I have an accent. My family all has the same accent as me. Who are the British accents? No, is this like a new lesson for everybody? So, who in the Star Wars films, we only see Rey and Obi-Wan with British accents. And you know, obviously it's for a purpose. John Boyega is a British actor, but they said, hey, you're American in this series for a reason. So I think that definitely plays a part. Other reasons too, but you guys got any thoughts? Any support?
You know, that is actually a trope in multiple elements of fiction. I mean, not to totally diverge, but and spoilers to anyone who has played who hasn't played Final Fantasy XII. But there's a character who speaks with a British accent. We don't know where he's from, but he turns out to be from said country where everyone there only speaks with British accents.
Right.
Like figures.
You know, initially, when I first saw the movie, I was like, oh, she's totally a Skywalker. That's it. That's obviously. Yeah. But then as I kind of thought about it, I was like, well, you know what? She totally could be a Kenobi because of the accent thing. But when I went back and looked at it again, I am under the impression that she is a Solo. Right, girl? I got you, girl. She is a Solo.
But there's already a Solo kid who's doing that.
Doesn't mean she's not a sibling. That's right. I really think that what happened was Han and Leia had their split over Kylo, you know, because everything went down with him, and then she was pregnant and they had already split and she didn't tell him because of all the crap that went down over Kylo. So I think he went away. She had Rey and sent her away to be protected. Little repetition of history there.
Man, I would have ended with Kylo. He's a handful. Kylo is like the epitome of millennials today, I think.
There's a millennial Falcon joke in there somewhere. All right, well, I think maybe we should end on that. Ian, thank you so much for coming and talking Star Wars.
I'm gonna one last note. I'm gonna let you guys did great, but you watch the lightsaber fights and with Rey. She uses a move straight out of Palpatine's handbook. That angry lunge. Anyway, just saying. We'll see in December. But it was my pleasure. See you guys for the new one.